Alrighty, we are live. I'm just gonna give like a 5-minute grace period before I actually start the cringe. Hee hee. I just my channel. Alright, nobody's here just yet. Sweet. Okay, so I got all my would you rather questions open right here. Just scrolling through. Ooh, someone's here already. Welcome to the stream. I have all my sodas right here, and I got more in the fridge. Sit. No, it's not. I shouldn't be playing a beard. Hey, Daly, how's it going, dude? Glad you can make it. I'm just giving like a. Oh, it's 3 people in the stream. Hey, everybody, welcome to the stream. Just give like another 2 minutes worth of grace period, and then we'll get this show on the road. I don't live stream this channel too much, but whenever I do, I like to, get like a little grace period. I was just texting like, Daly and my other friends about, hey, if you guys can make it to the stream, here you go. And also, if anyone has any like of your own would you rather questions that you'd like to ask me in the live chat, feel free to do so, and I'll gladly answer them. Alrighty. I'm good. I'm doing good. I was just editing Life is Strange episode 4, but I'm not done editing it. Nice. I'm excited to check it out when it goes up. And, as you guys requested, last week, my 200th Would You Rather Wednesday poll, I got my Lucky Charms right here. and I got my Cheerios right here. Yeah, I'm really invested in it. Oh, glad to hear that, Daily. Sounds good. All right, so I got my various sodas right here, and I got my would you rather questions all pulled up in my other tab like this. All right, so as I stated, like in my what's your favorite Flash intro? The season 2 one, the one that you made, Daily. Yeah. As for like I did this like way back in 2022 when because I've been doing like Would You Rather Wednesdays my YouTube channel since like 2020, like when quarantine hit, because I because I hit 1,000 subscribers back in 2019, which is when YouTube like lets you do like community posts. If I'm not mistaken. Hey Quinn, how's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. And like I started doing it like a year later when quarantine. I thought it'd be a good idea to just like ask you guys would you rather questions in my community tab every Wednesday. And then like my 100th would you rather Wednesday was March of 2022. So it's like it's just crazy how much things have changed since then. Like back then, like I remember I actually revisited that stream recently to like sort of like remind myself how to do this and like do it good as having some ramen soup. Oh, good for you, man. I'm having Cheerios with Coke and Sprite, just like the good old days. I got more in the fridge. I shouldn't. Like they're getting some cold. Hee hee. Like back then, it's weird because I was like when I was still living in Fort Collins, and I was waiting to hear back from the Giant Mountain Zoo, and lo and behold, they got me for that internship. And like I've had 3 internships, and I've moved back all the way out east, and like I'm moving again pretty soon. You know, as you guys, I've stated that in like 2 of my videos I've made recently. So if I'm not uploading much for the rest of the summer, it's because I'm just really busy with like, I put in my 2 weeks notice my current job yesterday, and I'm moving soon. Are you excited for my TMNT 2003 ranking? Yeah, I am. But anyways, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. I literally just went to Target like a few hours ago, right after I got off work in the gym. Alrighty. All right, so for round 1, oh boy, this is gonna be pretty yucky, indeed. I remember what like 15-year-old me doing this like in my backyard. So I should. All right, so there's Sprite number 1, and there's Coke number 1. I don't want to overflow. His table's really old. I don't want to make a mess. All right, done, done. Don't do this at home, kids. Do it somewhere else. Alrighty, so, and again, if you guys feel like answering the questions as we go ahead and do so. So this was way back in so this is Would You Rather Wednesday 101, again, way back in 2022, that springtime. So like, oh wait, this was when like I was asking you guys if like I had just seen Morbius the day before. Ugh, that was a terrible movie. I'm just gonna breeze through all these. I asked you guys if you want me to keep making double reviews or just stick to normal movie reviews. You guys, there are 5 of you guys voted. You unanimously voted for double movie reviews. Yeah, I I like those videos more often, but I don't want to like totally replace like regular movie reviews either. All right, so for this is the 102. Would you rather have a real and functional wizarding wand from Harry Potter or a lightsaber from Star Wars? 71% of you guys voted for the wizarding wand. Um, what what series are your favorite? Life is Strange or Avatar? Life is Strange. But Daily, if you're still here, like, would you rather have a wizarding wand or a lightsaber? You vote for the wand. Yeah, I would as well because like I did dress up as Obi-Wan Kenobi for Halloween when I was in first grade, but I've dressed up as Draco Malfoy twice. So I already have the costume ready and everything. I can join either Slytherin or Hufflepuff because like every like Harry Potter quiz I've taken is telling me I'm a Hufflepuff. Hee hee. Also, a lightsaber, I would cut my own body parts off by accident for sure, or worse. Okay, would you rather Wednesday 103 was okay. Who would you rather have back you up in a street fight against five bad guys? An 8 foot tall mutant hamburger with wings, or 20 bouncing potato chips with kangaroo legs? I didn't specify how big the potato chips were with the kangaroo legs. If they were just like tiny, oh, Quinn votes for the wand as well. If they'd be like tiny potato chips, I'm going with the 8 foot tall mutant hamburger with wings because he's big. And 20 bouncing potato chips, I feel like would just be destroyed too easily. Okay, here you guys go. For this is a 104. What would you rather eat for breakfast? Corn on a cob wearing sunglasses, and yes, you must eat the sunglasses with the corn on a cob, or a tall glass of bleach. 80% voted for the tall glass of bleach, which I mean, oh man, what would I rather have for breakfast? A corn on a cob and a pair of sunglasses at the same time, or the bottle of bleach? This is bleach right here, isn't it? All right, that's it for Coke and Sprite number one. Oh man, well I'm probably gonna die either way, but I guess I could probably. I feel like the bottle of bleach would just straight up kill me. But maybe if the sunglasses, if I eat the glasses, like, and if I get to the hospital in time, I probably will live. So the corn on a cob with the sunglasses. Are you going to Disney World in 2 weeks? Nice, Daily. All right, this is 105. This Would You Rather Wednesday was on May 4th of 2022, which was also the 10th anniversary of the first Avengers film. So okay, guys, I went to the shore last week. Oh, nice, Quinn. All right, so who would you rather have protect you while the other tries to kill you? Loki and his Chitauri army, or Darth Vader and the Empire? 78% of you guys voted for Loki and the Chitauri army, while Darth Vader and the Empire try to kill them. I would probably also go with Loki and his Chitauri army because Loki is a literal god and Darth Vader isn't. So he can actually kill Darth Vader, but not the reverse. What about you guys? You guys also voted for Loki? Okay. Quinn, Loki, or Darth Vader? Who would you rather have as your bodyguard while the other tries to kill you? And this is for Would You Rather Wednesday 106. Oh man, bless me. Oh my goodness. So 106. So which contest would you rather enter? All right. Oh, you're not sure, to be honest, Quinn. All right, so which contest would you rather enter? A hot dog eating contest or a coconut drinking contest? You like 100% unanimous votes went to the hot dog eating contest, which is kind of surprises me because because coconuts, it's not just like drinking the juice inside a coconut. There's also like actual like fruit and like fruity flesh inside the coconut. So I'm surprised that everyone voted like unanimously for the hot dog eating contest. I feel like the hot dog eating contest is more likely to make you sick. You would go with the hot dogs? Oh, bless you. Thanks, Quinn. The hot dog eating contest. Then again, hot dogs are probably tastier than coconuts. As long as I'm not like, if I could, I don't know. I've never entered a hot dog eating contest, so I'm just purely making an educated guess. As long as you go on an empty stomach, you should be fine. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, though. All right, this is another. Okay, this also has one with a hot dog, and I actually yoinked this one off of regular show. Like, because I remember like that spring and that summer, like right before I left Fort Collins for the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo internship that fall. Oh man. I gotta be eating more of this stuff. Oh, Mark's in the chat. Wildcard 1922. Good to see you, man. Riddle me this. What is the most aggressive thing you witnessed at the DMV? I haven't been to a DMV in ages. Jeez. Most aggressive thing you've witnessed at the DMV? Oh man. Well, Mark, I know you actually work at a DMV, so I feel like that's a better question for you. Most aggressive thing I've witnessed at the DMV. Well, I remember when I took my driver's test, like when I was like 17. I actually had to take it twice because I flunked it the first time back then. I probably would say the driving instructor, the guy who was like giving me a test while I was driving. He was just the second guy was a lot nicer. The first guy, not so much. Anyways, so 107 was I yoinked this off of regular show. Would you rather comb your hair with a hot dog or have feet for hands? Because there's an episode where Margaret and Eileen riddle that to Mordecai and Rigby, or the reverse. And you guys unanimously 100% voted for comb your hair with a hot dog. Which, yeah, I also pick that over the have feet for hands. Because that would just be stupid. Like, combing my hair with a hot dog, it's like, they never specified you only had to do it once. But I remember in that regular show episode, Quinn votes for the comb your hair with a hot dog. I remember Rigby's like, oh, feet for hands. That way it can run like twice as fast. But it's like, Rigby, you're a raccoon. You already have feet for hands. And raccoons do use their front limbs for grabbing things. They're as not good at it as we are. All right. All right, so I think there's another one I plucked from regular show for Would You Rather Wednesday 108. Would you rather live on a houseboat made of garbage or eat a sandwich at a portable toilet? Well, I mean, 75% live in a houseboat made of garbage. Me personally, in Community, Troy and Ebed switch Pierce's feet and hands. Oh, goodness. I've never watched Community, but that sounds hilarious. Oh, Daly said, let me tell you, this is the ending of the episode of Life is Strange. Wait, do you mean this is the ending of your series for Life is Strange? Or if I hope I'm reading that correctly. How clean is the garbage? A houseboat made of garbage. Oh, that is... I mean, eating a sandwich in a portable toilet, I guess, could be really gross as well. Maybe the houseboat made of garbage if it's not smelly garbage. Okay, so for is it just random single-use plastic? Perhaps. All right, so for 109, it's would you rather have spaghetti for fingers or spiders crawl out of your mouth every time you yawn? Unanimously, you guys voted for spaghetti for fingers 100% because spiders crawling in my mouth every time you yawn. Yeah, I would go with the spaghetti for fingers because I don't want to give my friends arachnophobia. Besides, spiders don't actually crawl into your mouth when you're asleep. That's a myth. Oh, this one was okay. So, number 110 was right before the release of Jurassic World Dominion. Which prehistoric animal would you rather ride to and from school and or work every day? A triceratops or a woolly mammoth? The spiders would be kind of badass. Okay, guys, would you rather vote for would you rather have a pet like woolly mammoth or a triceratops you can ride to and from like school or work every day? Unanimously, everyone voted for the triceratops, which is understandable because it's a dinosaur, and mammoths, it's like, mammoths didn't go extinct as long ago. I mean, I guess it depends on like what would be like, I guess, because New Jersey gets cold during the winter, which dinosaurs are reptiles, right? So the triceratops might not be able to ride through the snow. Well, yet again, during the summer, the mammoth would overheat. So yeah, I'd say the triceratops. Says Quinn. Okay, so here you go. Number 111 is would you rather have Shrek kick you in the nuts or a unicorn run you over, leaving you to ponder existence? And 75% voted for Shrek kicking in the nuts, which I guess would still really hurt. If I had a mammoth, I would name him Manny. Of course you would, Quinn. Oof. So, what were you guys gonna take? The Shrek kicking in the nuts or the unicorn running you over? I feel like the unicorn running you over is more likely to kill you. How much does the unicorn hurt you? Well, if it runs you over, I mean, horses run really fast, right? And like people die from horse-related accidents every year. Shrek, on the other hand, kicking in the balls, I assume wouldn't be like that would still be really painful, but hypothetically wouldn't kill you, right? Even though Shrek's got some really big ogre legs. I would not want Shrek kicking me in the balls. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Amen. I'm very psyched for Shrek 5. So I guess my vote would go to Shrek kicking you in the nuts. All right, so number 112, I'm just reading through these. Like, it was on the 5th anniversary of me graduating high school. So, like, this is to, like, this I wanted to, like, to anyone who's a graduate of high school or college or is, like, at least about to. Like, where would you rather have your celebration at? Under the sea in Atlantis or in outer space in a spaceship? Which 60% voted for Under the Sea in Atlantis. Who says that the same physics apply to a unicorn? Oh, right. That's true, I guess. I'll let you guys answer this while I'm eating the cereal. Like, would you rather have your like high school / college graduation ceremony or like celebration be like under the sea in Atlantis or like a spaceship in outer space? Oh, under the sea for Quinn. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Very nice. All right, so 113. Which cartoon universe would you rather live in? Family Guy, South Park, or The Simpsons? So you have 3 options. Would you rather live in Family Guy or South Park or The Simpsons? 56% voted for Family Guy, and everyone else voted for The Simpsons. Nobody voted for South Park, which is interesting. I gave you guys 3 choices, and no one took South Park. Demonetized. You just get out of here, dude. Not literally. Here's the thing. South Park is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. I did watch a lot of Family Guy in middle school, but I haven't really watched that much of The Simpsons. I do really like the Simpsons movie that came out back in 2007. I remember that being really good. I haven't watched that movie in years, but I haven't really delved too deep into The Simpsons. South Park is funny. Would you rather live in South Park, Quinn, or Family Guy, or The Simpsons? That is a hard one. You're right. Okay, I've eaten enough of the Cheerios. I'm gonna bust out the Lucky Charms and eat this ungodly concoction of a Coke and Sprite. Lucky Charms is nice. Yes, they are. I guess because I would probably pick South Park because South Park is a real place and I've been there. I've driven past it quite a few times, growing up visiting my grandparents in Colorado. Anyways, so for number 114, which U.S. president would you rather sit down and have a meal with? George Washington or Abraham Lincoln? And 67% voted for George Washington, which is interesting. That's tricky. Would you guys pick George Washington or Abraham Lincoln? Who would you rather have a meal with? That's a difficult one because it's I would probably say Abraham Lincoln because in 5th grade I dressed as him for our whole wax museum project that we did back then. Honest Abe, is that your pick, Quinn? Which, Mark, if you're still here, it's you taught me that don't trust the heavily sanitized historical figures. Actually, Lucky Charms does kind of go better with the Coke and Sprite. Oh man. So number 115 was on my last so these next two were the 116, which we'll get to in a minute, was on my very last day at Dogtopia in Fort Collins, and this one was the Wednesday was a week before that. What would you rather do every time you see a dog? Sneeze rainbows or fart butterflies? Every time you see a dog, you gotta sneeze a rainbow or fart butterflies, and unanimously, 100%, you guys voted for sneeze rainbows. So, what would you rather do every time you see a dog? Sneeze rainbows or fart butterflies? Sneeze rainbows. Yeah, that because I feel because rainbows are just you can't really touch a rainbow, right? But if you fart butterflies, it would just hurt. So yeah, I would rather sneeze rainbows every time I see a dog. And as for 116, and would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? And 71% voted for 10 minutes into the future instead of 150 years. I feel like being able to see what the world's like 150 years later would be kind of scary. But like seeing the universe, just seeing uh, the 10 minutes into the future would be like, okay, I guess you could use that as like, I would rather go with that because like I kind of want the next century to be a surprise. I know I'll be dead in 150 years from now, but at least like I wouldn't be as afraid of like what's coming in the next 10 or 20 years. So obviously just 10 minutes into the future, I could be like, oh, am I getting out of this traffic jam or not? You know what I'm saying? Quinn, you say 10 minutes as well? All right, so for 117, this is like the day after I saw Nope in theaters, right after I left Fort Collins, and while I was like crashed my uncle's house in Denver to get ready to move to Colorado Springs. Which Jordan Peele film would you rather live in for 24 hours? Nope or Us? And 86% voted for Nope. Which, yeah, I would go for that because I've only watched both films once. The future honestly scares me. Yeah, I feel like one. I would rather go with Nope because like there's just aliens, right? While Us is like chronic doppelgangers. All right, so for Would You Rather Wednesday 118, there are two doors. The red one takes you back in time to fix all of your mistakes. The blue one gives you $10 million. Uh, which one would you rather open? So, would you rather open the one that makes you go back in time, but lets you go back in time and fix all your mistakes, or one that gives you $10 million? I actually got this idea. Like everyone voted 100% for blue, the one that gives you $10 million. I actually got this one off of Facebook. I saw a whole like meme about that. I would go with the blue door because it's like it's not even that like I really care about being a millionaire, right? Like I would take the $10 million over going back in time to fix all my mistakes because because it's taking responsibility for your actions and like acknowledging that like making mistakes over the years and like bouncing back from all your shortcomings. Yeah, $10 million, that's right, made you know who you are today, and there's always room to improve and grow. And 119, would you rather be small enough to ride a bumblebee or big enough to ride a blue whale? And when I say big enough to ride a blue whale, I guess like you're big enough to where you can ride a blue whale the same way you like ride a horse or something. Or would you rather be small enough to ride a bumblebee? 88% voted for small enough to ride a bumblebee, which I concur. I would rather be small enough to ride a bumblebee because I could just like fly around and go bzz, 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 bzz. It'd be nice being that tiny to see a world ride a bumblebee. Yeah, same. Okay, so I'm looking through these next three. These aren't even like would you rather Wednesdays. So it's like because I'm just reading like what 23-year-old me said back then. It's like, oh my goodness, the past two Wednesdays I've been so preoccupied with my new internship that I totally forgot to make Would You Rather Wednesday posts. Please accept my apologies. I'll be hitting you beasts with Would You Rather Wednesday questions today, tomorrow, and Friday as I make up. Would you rather live in a world where dinosaurs never went extinct or where dragons are real? And there's a 50-50 split between both options. So, would you rather live in a world where dinosaurs never went extinct or where dragons are real? Um, I would probably. Probably would go with the dinosaurs because dinosaurs were still very much animals, right? While dragons are kind of like, depending on what culture and what legends or myths they're from, they're either just bloodthirsty monsters that have you kill on sight, like in European legends, or Chinese dragons, which are basically gods. I'd be going with the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs not going extinct. You know, both realities. I think both giant reptiles would just eat us. Okay. So this one was on the very first day of September back in 2022. So it's like, which Green Day song would you rather listen to on repeat until Green Day wakes up from their annual nap? Waking Up When September Ends or Basket Case? 86% voted for Waking Up When September Ends. I would probably, yeah. You vote for dragons. I want to hang out with Spyro. Yeah, that'd be fun. Or Toothless or Mushu. Wake Up September Ends. Yeah, I would too. That song's really iconic. I think they both are super iconic, but like I grew up with American Idiot, so yeah. All right, so which cryptid would you rather have as your roommate? Sasquatch or Mothman? 73% of you guys voted for Mothman over Sasquatch, which I find really interesting because, for if anyone watching this or Sisu, yeah, if you don't know, Mothman is a cryptid from like I think West Virginia, where like he looks like a human with no head and just two glowing eyes come off his chest and like moth wings. And every time someone has allegedly seen him, a disaster hits. Like I think in the 60s, like a bridge collapsed and a bunch of people died. You guys rather have that as a roommate over Sasquatch, who's just basically a large bipedal primate? I'm going with Sasquatch. All right, so number 121. What would you rather have spontaneously happen? Your head explodes or turn into a pile of strawberries? It's either death by head explosion or death by strawberries. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. I think the cereal and the excess sugar is starting to hit. Um, I would rather turn into a pile of strawberries because I feel like for my grieving relatives, or people I'm living with, it's a lot easier to clean up a pile of strawberries than my exploded head, like all blood and bone bits and my organs. Like I'd rather collapse to a pile of strawberries. All right, so number 122. I asked you guys like because I've done quite a few of these polls over the years. Like, how would you like it if I made my YouTube videos in a certain way? This is one I asked. It's like, oh, should I change my movie rating scale to a 0 to 10 scale to like? Because I used to use a 0 to 10 scale. This was kind of the turning point for me using a 0 to 9 scale. Because I remember like, right around the time I ended my internship at Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, I switched to a 0 to 9 scale because the majority of you guys voted for the 0 to 9 scale. And so this is 123. Which animals would you rather have the superpower to talk to? Birds, amphibians, and reptiles, or sea creatures? You guys unanimously 100% voted for the birds and amphibians and reptiles and not the sea creatures, which I guess would make sense if you don't live right next to the ocean and if you're not like jumping the water all the time. But then again, I would probably go with the sea creatures if I did live close enough to the ocean or next to like an aquarium, or if I worked at an aquarium. But yeah, I would rather go the birds and amphibians and reptiles. Alrighty. So we're on 124. Would you rather crunch the leaves that fall on the ground or rake the leaves? Because you guys understandably, what was I thinking when I wrote this? 100% voted for crunch the leaves that fall on the ground instead of raking the leaves, because raking leaves is a chore, while crunching the leaves is so satisfying. You see it leaf and you just stomp on it and it crunches. Yes. Almost done with Lucky Charms. Yes. Oh my goodness. So, Would You Rather Wednesday 125 was on my 24th birthday. This hangout stream is fun. Oh, thanks, Quinn. Like, would you, so this was on my 24th birthday. That was like 3 days after I ended my internship at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Oh man, this is a trip down memory lane. And so I said in this, being 23 is my best year so far. Fingers crossed, being 24 is even better. So what would you rather? So I asked, what would you rather get me as a birthday present? A refrigerator box full of candy corn or a tall glass of bleach? And 100% of you guys voted for the refrigerator box full of candy corn, which I don't think I could eat that much candy corn, but I'm glad you guys picked that instead of a tall glass of bleach. Because what am I going to do with a tall glass of bleach? I would take it to the pub, which is what I did like on my 24th birthday that year. I went to the control room, which is in Colorado Springs. I could have asked the bartender, hey, can you get me a tall glass of bleach? Cheers. Alrighty. All right, now before I move forward with 126, you rather give me the box of candy corn? Thanks, Quinn. We're gonna eat more Lucky Charms, but instead of Coke and Sprite, I'm gonna use root beer. All right, I'm just gonna because these are all kind of room temperature, so I'm grabbing a root beer that's cold from the fridge. I'll be right back. All right, got a colder root beer right here. All right, so so this is from Would You Rather Wednesday 126. Which classic horror movie killer would you rather have defend you while the others try to kill you? Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, or Chucky? And 83% voted for Michael Myers. Yeah, I would probably say Michael Myers as well. Like, here's the thing: Freddy Krueger will torture me in my dreams, and Chucky's a freaky doll, which I would not want either one of those two killing me. But if I had to have one protect me and the others try to kill me, I'd rather go with Michael Myers too. I'm just honestly, I'm more familiar with the Halloween movies than the other franchises I listed off. All right, let's try the Lucky Charms with the root beer. Hey, that's actually not as bad as the Coke and Sprite concoction. Which the reason why I poured both sodas into it at the same time, was because that's what 15-year-old me did. That way back in 2014 when I started doing like the summer food themed videos. So 127 was, where would you rather spend the night? A cemetery or a haunted house? They vote for Michael Myers as well. Quinn, nice. So would you rather spend the night in a cemetery or a haunted house? Well, if it's If it's not raining, I would go for the cemetery, like the 100% of you guys who voted in this. If it is raining, though, probably a haunted house, because yeah, there's ghosts, but at least I'm not getting wet. And who knows, maybe the ghosts are harmless and don't want to hurt me. So for 128, which holiday mascot would you rather dress up as for Halloween? Easter Bunny or Santa Claus? 67% voted for the Easter Bunny over Santa Claus. A haunted house would be fun, like Danny Phantom. Yeah, that's true. Would you rather dress up as Santa Claus, though, or the Easter Bunny for Halloween? Easter Bunny? I would go for Santa Claus personally, because if I have a girlfriend by the time Halloween rolls around, I've always like imagined her and I dressing up as like Mr. and Mrs. Claus, just to like fuck with my friends. All right, so would you rather Wednesday? Would you rather Wednesday 129? Would you rather live on a prehistoric island populated by carnivorous dinosaurs and ice age herbivores, or ice age carnivores and herbivorous dinosaurs? So either Diego from Ice Age with herbivorous dinosaurs like Triceratops and duckbill dinosaurs and Littlefoot, or carnivorous dinosaurs like T-Rexes and raptors with Manny the Mammoth. 67% voted for the carnivorous dinosaurs and ice age herbivores. Oh man, that's tough. Because I feel like the ice age carnivores would be more inclined to attack us than the carnivorous dinosaurs would, because I feel like a T-Rex chasing a human is just like not really worth it for a T-Rex, because we could probably run a lot faster than a T-Rex can. And they probably want to waste their energy on hunting a prey animal that small. It's like a lion chasing a rabbit. Like, they don't, like, why waste your energy on something that tiny that you'll get much meat from in the first place? Now, you're probably a pretty decent meal for like a saber-toothed cat, though, on the other hand, because they're closer to our size. So yeah, I'd go the carnivorous dinosaurs and ice age herbivores. Like the Easter Bunny from Rise of the Guardians. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, that movie's so underrated. Okay, so 133. I said this back then. I think this is when I like was living in Nebraska. Yeah, it was. Is it just me, or does it seem like YouTube as a platform is progressively getting dumber? Would you rather go back to when community posts like this didn't expire, or keep it changed that they expire after 24 hours? This isn't really like a thing anymore. Oh, wait a sec. They did fix this. I just noticed this. There's a split between 129 to 133. So for whatever reason, YouTube deleted or like had the polls expire like that November like of 2022. I'm glad I fixed it though. Oh goodness. I gotta eat more of this unholy concoction I've made. For the record, I ate some chicken and rice before this. I had some real food before eating this, which I can't tell was a good thing or it's a big mistake. I guess the next few of these are going to be Christmas themed. Because these Would You Rather Wednesdays were all like December when I was living in Nebraska. Who would you rather have follow you every day until Christmas? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Frosty the Snowman? And everyone unanimously voted for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which I would vote for that as well. Because if it's December where like because of climate change, like it's not cold enough to like really maintain a snowman, like Frosty would just melt. So it wouldn't be Frosty the Snowman, it'd be Frosty the Puddle Man. Like that's just stupid. And Rudolph, it's like, yeah, he's a reindeer, so you can like feed him and stuff like that, and he'll follow you around just fine. Rudolph, he's cute. Yeah, I agree, he is. 135. Would you rather decorate 100 Christmas trees or 500 Christmas cookies? You guys unanimously voted for 500 Christmas cookies. Which, yeah, that probably wouldn't be as strenuous as 100 Christmas trees, so I'm going with that as well. And would you rather have candy canes for arms or gumdrops for eyes? Uh, you guys said candy canes for arms, like 75% of you guys did. Yeah, I would as well, because if I had gumdrops for eyes, I'd be blind. While candy canes for arms, it's like, how big are the candy canes? They're still big enough where I could grab things. I'm going with candy canes for arms. Okay, so this is the one I did right before New Year's Eve going to 2023. Would you rather celebrate New Year's Eve by fighting an evil ruler at the gates of hell with the boys, or fight an army of Karens with the boys, girls, and a lot of pigs? I'd rather fight an army of Karens with the boys, girls, and an army of pigs. And this was the first one of 2023. So like this is like right after New Year's Day. Like this was like if this one, so 138 was like the January. Like this is like a few weeks before I left Nebraska, like before my internship ended. Would you rather see yourself in Warrior Life in New Year's Day of 2024 or New Year's Day of 2033? So back then, like going into like 2023, it's like, would you rather see yourself in a year from then, or like 10 years later? Which, here's the thing, like I've always had this thing where if I would go back in time and tell my year ago self like where I'd be in a year from now, like old me would have looked at future me like he'd have three heads. I feel like if so you'd rather look a year into the future, like so this coming New Year's Eve, you'd rather look into the future instead of 10 years into the future. Yeah, I get that. It was a 50-50 split, actually, this poll, when you guys voted for it. Because I feel like if this past New Year's Day, if 25, I turned 26 in October. So it's like, I figured if he went back in time to 24 me who was living in Nebraska, like, hey, you're going to move back home to Milburn. I think back then me would have like grabbed like now me by the shoulders and shaken like this. Like, have you lost your mind? Like, why are you going back to New Jersey? But no, it's been a really great productive year. It really has been. All right, so for 139, would you rather have the job of your dreams, but you can only wear a bunny suit every day, or your dream house, but you must wear a chicken suit every day? Excuse me, you guys unanimously voted for wearing a bunny suit to the job of your dreams, which I find interesting. Because I would go with that too, because I don't really have a dream house, but I do have a dream job, and I am getting like closer to that, thankfully. I hope my coworkers, my managers, be okay with me wearing a bunny suit, though, for sure. All right, so 140. Again, this is back like January of 2023, so I think these ones are going to be pretty like snow themed. Would you rather spend your snow day building an army of snowmen and dress them all up in band shirts, or charge into the forest searching for a legendary Yeti? 60% voted for building an army of snowmen and dress them all in band shirts, or charge into the forest. Then I would probably go with that, because looking for a Yeti, it's like, well, I don't live in the Himalayas. So even if Yetis were to exist, like I wouldn't find any here in New Jersey. I would go all the way to India for that. Army of snowmen? Yeah, me too. Oh man, 141. This was on my, because when I was interning at the RDC in Nebraska, my schedule there was like Saturday through Wednesday. So it's like, would you rather? So this one is like, I'm reading it right now. 141 is on my last day of my zoo internship here in Nebraska. Gotta do this one for the animals. Would you rather drive a chariot? Would you rather? God, I can't read. Would you rather drive a chariot ridden by 4 grizzly bear-sized rabbits or 200 regular rabbits? They have a grizzly bear at the Riverside Discovery Center named Smokey. He was so cute and deadly. 78% voted for the 4 bear-sized rabbits over the 200 regular rabbits. So yeah, sorry Radagast to the brown, but I'd probably go with the 4 bear-sized rabbits too. And so 142 was on the first day of February back in 2023. Would you rather be stuck inside during a blizzard with an Arctic wolf or 30 groundhogs? And 83% voted for the Arctic wolf. Because I feel like in both cases, you'd have to lock yourself in your bedroom to avoid getting bitten by either animal. But it's just one Arctic wolf, and he's not as likely to destroy all your belongings because rodents will chew on everything in sight. And there's 30 of them, like 30 groundhogs. So yeah, I'm going with the Arctic wolf. All right, so 143. Which article of clothing would you rather give up for the whole winter? Shirts or pants? You guys unanimously voted for the shirts. Which, yeah, I'd go with that too, because I didn't say that you couldn't give up sweatshirts or jackets. If you give up pants, well, it's like, well, you're going to be like naked from the waist down all winter, which that would not be good. And 146 was on the first day of March. And would you rather find all your missing socks or $5 on the ground? 75% voted for $5 on the ground over the missing socks, which I would probably pick that too, because whenever I am missing a sock, like if it gets lost, like while I'm doing laundry or something like that, I usually just like pair the two like lost socks together. Like if I know like, hey, I can't find the other sock that goes with one, and I can't find if there's like an even numbered amount of like socks I can't find, I just like pair them together, like mix and match. So I'd rather go with $5 on the ground. Oh my goodness, 147 was during my road trip out to Oregon when I was supposed to be interning at, I was supposed to be interning at the zoo in Oregon, and I did this Would You Rather Wednesday poll while I was heading out there, and I stayed overnight in Utah on my road trip out there. This is like right before I lost the internship on my first day and took my YouTube hiatus. Which dinosaur would you rather hatch out an egg and raise as your own? Allosaurus or Utah? And 67 or Utah Raptor, excuse me. 67% voted for the Allosaurus. Which here's the thing. I don't think I'll have enough space for either of them because they're both so big. I'd probably go with the Utah Raptor. All right, so okay, so I didn't do a single Would You Rather Wednesday poll during my hiatus. Like I did this one while like almost a like little more than a year ago while I was like living in Nebraska. I mean, excuse me, Utica, like my because I didn't do any like Would You Rather Wednesdays. During my like hiatus from making videos. I did do like a little channel update on Easter, like my community tab. I asked you guys like, would you rather see me do all 2023 films so far from worst to best video after I saw and reviewed Joyride that night, or end of August, start of September? Like, yeah, so man, it's so crazy. I'm still kind of dumbfounded. It's been over a year since my internship at Utica Zoo ended. I miss the zoo world. Excuse me. All right, so 149. Would you rather go the rest of the summer without sunscreen or sunglasses? You guys mostly voted for going the rest of the summer without sunscreen instead of sunglasses. I'd rather pick the rest of the summer without sunglasses because my eyes aren't that sensitive to sunlight anymore. I still wear sunglasses; they're still sensitive to sunlight, but like without sunscreen, I get skin cancer because I burn so easily. I would name the wolf Luna, like from Hell of a Boss. Oh, nice. I'm not sure. $5. Sunglasses. Okay, I think I got the idea for 150 right before I saw Mutant Mayhem. Who would you rather protect you while the other tries to kill you? John Cena and Seth Rogen, because they both voiced Bebop and Rocksteady in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, or a gang of cowboys riding ostriches. And it was a 50-50 split between John Cena and Seth Rogen and the gang of cowboys riding ostriches. I'm proud of you guys for that. I would probably go with the I'd probably go the gang of cowboys riding ostriches because I don't know if like John Cena or Seth Rogen would be able to like fire a gun or something. Remember, you wear goggles to see underwater. Hey, welcome to the stream, Danny. Seth Rogen is funny. Yeah, he is, Quinn. Okay, so 151. What would you rather place on your body with whale flippers? Your arms or your legs? And 75% of you guys voted for your arms. So you'd rather have like arms like the whale flippers for arms? Because I feel like if I had whale flippers for legs, I wouldn't be able to walk like that. And I don't know, would I be able to get a wheelchair? It's like if my arms were whale flippers, right? It'd be great. No one would want to like piss me off because I could just whack them like this. But I would have to sacrifice grabbing anything though. I back had to pull weeds. Oh, welcome back, Danny. Remember we went to Dorney Park 12 years ago? That's right, we did. All right, this one is just kind of weird. 152. Would you rather have a mustache and 10 bread rolls or a long beard and 2 bread rolls? So I would either have to shave my beard and get 10 bread rolls or shave just my mustache and get only 2 bread rolls because I feel like how many guys do you with facial hair? I'm going with the mustache and 10 bread rolls because I feel like guys with mustache and no beards are a lot more common than guys with just a beard and no mustache. Because I feel like a beard and no mustache just looks weird. Like, not all beards go with mustaches, but not all mustaches go with beards, but all beards go with mustaches. And if I keep the mustache but shave the beard, I would get 10 bread rolls. So easy choice. All right, so 153. With the imagine how you would look with either a goatee or a mustache. What's your opinion on that? Oh, I don't think I have the genetics for a goatee. I think I'm just gonna keep the beard. So what would you rather have happen to you in the middle of a job interviews? You start throwing up rainbows all over your interviewer, or spontaneously turn to a gorilla and trash the whole office. And 75% voted for throwing up rainbows all over your interviewer, which you're not getting the job either way. But yeah, I picked the barfing rainbows all over my interviewer. Quick question: do you have a favorite video game? Favorite video game of all time? I made a video talking about that back in January, actually ranking my favorite. Remember the gnomes in Gravity Falls throw up rainbows? Yeah, I'm going with the rainbows. My favorite game of all time is Pokemon Emerald. I haven't played a video game in ages, actually. I'd like to get back into it though after I move. Like once I get settled in my new place, I'm going to. I use gaming on a more regular basis. All right, so 154. Would you rather go to work in a purple bunny suit or go to the beach dressed in winter clothes, even though it's like 90 degrees? I think it was still summertime when I posted this. I mean, I don't think I'd ever work at a workplace that would allow me to work in a purple bunny suit. I feel like I would rather go with because you guys all voted for 100%. I would go to the beach dressed in winter clothes, even though it's 90 degrees, and just take them off as soon as I go to the beach. I'd rather just do that. All right, so 155. Would you rather go water skiing in crocodile-infested waters or skydiving in a geese-infested sky? And 91% voted for skydiving in a sky infested by geese. You would have to dodge a lot of geese, but I feel like it's not as scary as water skiing in crocodile-infested waters. So I'm going skydiving with a whole bunch of geese. All right, this is the one that I did back in September. Both sound terrifying. The reason why I asked is I was playing Sonic Heroes on the GameCube. Which, by the way, guys, Danny is saying, oh, if like you move, if I were to be moving closer, like Delaware, PA, or upstate New York, like I'm not like again, I'm not gonna spoil where I'm going, but like I'm not gonna be like that far away from like my dad's place in Milburn. Like it's like a day trip away from here versus like 2 to 3 day road trip. All right, so this is for 156. This is one I asked you guys. Would you rather like if you had like if because I like to make my playlists on Spotify, I listen to every day by like the months and the seasons. Would you rather save your fall playlist for September 1st through November 30th, or the equinox to the winter solstice? And this one's funny because my friend Forrest commented on this one saying, "Do it by the solstice." From equinox or solstice is the only way that a warlock like me could approve of. Which, yeah, that was like because 71% of you guys voted for that. Like, oh, do your fall playlist from like equinox to the winter solstice. So from like mid September till mid December. I've been doing that ever since. All right, so for 157. Is it okay if I leave the chat? I'm planning on calling a friend. Yeah, go ahead, Quinn. If you gotta go, do what you gotta do, man. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, speaking of the devil, I texted Mark and Forrest my the link to this live stream. It's like cereal with soda. My God, what have you done, Vitas? That's instant diabetes. Oh my goodness. That's why I only do these kinds of videos once a year. All right, so would you rather dance the night away or eat all the muffins? And 75% voted for dance the night away. Which I would too, because eating all the muffins would just be kind of like, that'd just be a little too much. Oh, so 158. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Like, which Sesame Street character would you rather have the voice of for the rest of your life? Elmo? And yes, you have to refer to yourself in third person, or Cookie Monster, bad grammar and everything. And 75% voted for Elmo. And I'm kind of surprised. I would go Cookie Monster because he was my favorite Sesame Street character as a kid. No, what starts with the letter C? Cookie starts with C. All right, so okay, so I'm pretty much done with the Lucky Charms root beer. So we're a little more than halfway through with the stream with going through all the questions. I'm gonna drink some water and get some like colder sodas. I'll be right back. Alrighty, my friends. Danny, you said, I voted. Excuse me. I voted on the cereal and soda question. I voted Mountain Dew and Lucky Charms because what I would choose as my cereal and soda. But would you ever eat them together? Here's the grand finale. All right, still got a little bit of Coke and Sprite left in this mess. And got my spoon right here. I got the big bowl right here. And don't worry, I'll do my dishes after this. And since I always pour pour my cereal in before my milk like a good boy, I'm doing that with the soda as well. Oh man. This has been tough. So I'm going to be pouring both cereals in at the same time. I would have another option, Tricks with Starry. Did I put Tricks in my poll? I remember putting Starry in the poll, but not Tricks. I think I put Tricks in the poll. Yeah, like everyone unanimously voted for Lucky Charms, so here we go. This isn't working. Both these boxes are so damn big. I did put Tricks in the poll. All right, that should be enough. All right, I think this is gonna be the grand finale right here. Because I don't know if I can eat much more cereal. Let's see how root beer and Coke goes with both cereals. You remember why 10 years ago you did put the cereal with Coke and Sprite video outside your backyard? I did it because I was afraid of the soda exploding and weren't making a mess. But you know, it's getting dark, so I figured myself film it inside, and I figured it'd be safe to do it in here. Anyways, back to the would you rather question. So 159. So let's just say your birthday is right on the corner. What would you rather have for your birthday present? 1 cake and 9 pizzas, or 9 cakes and 1 pizza? And 85% voted for the 1 cake and the 9 pizzas. Yeah, I would take that too. Because like, yeah, I feel like 9 cakes that's way too much cake. That's just a dessert. While pizza is like an actual food. Like it's a meal, while cake is cake. Like it's a dessert. It's junk food. So I go with the pizza. All right, so 160. Okay, so this is what I did this past October. So the next few of these are gonna be like horror themed. I asked you guys, would you rather, me mix the classic and both the classic movie reviews and the now horror films, like for like, would you rather me do just like regular reviews or have live stream reactions to horror films? And most of you guys voted for like have some live stream reactions, which I did. I live streamed my live review for Alien back in October because it got blocked. But I got blocked because my dumbass like turned my camera on the screen in the chest burster scene, and Fox didn't like that. All right, but 161. What would you rather get a surprise visit from this Spooktober? Frankenstein's monster or the Headless Horseman? 75% of you guys voted for Frankenstein's monster, which I would too, because I feel like Frankenstein, you just feel bad for him. How does Honey Nut Cheerios with Coke and Sprite taste 10 years later? Just like how you remember it? I did get all giggly once again. I was like, it's ridiculous. And I feel kind of bloated. I need to get through this. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. This is like a workout, honestly. You've reached stomach maximum capacity. Yes, I have. All right, so 162. What would you rather do every time you see a kid in a Halloween costume? Your face turn purple or grow orange fur all over your body? I feel like I'd rather have my face turn purple, because orange fur just suddenly all over my body, just like that'd just be too much maintenance. Like if my body was just totally just covered in hair. Orange fur especially, no thanks. All right, so what would you? Okay, who would you rather have defend your neighborhood on the full moon this weekend? Because this is back in October, while the other tries to destroy it. 10 werewolves or 100 skeletons? Ugh. Goodness, excuse me. 10 werewolves or 100 skeletons, and 17 and like 94% voted for the 10 werewolves. I would too, because like I feel like werewolves are a lot just stronger and scarier than skeletons, and the skeletons don't have any silver bullets. Like we're toast, right? So I'm going with the 10 werewolves, because like skeletons don't have any like major like they don't they have a lot more weaknesses than the werewolves do. And would you rather What would you rather do with all leftover Halloween candy you didn't give the trick or treaters yesterday for Halloween? Sacrifice it to the Loch Ness monster, or mash all the candy together and make a sculpture out of it. And 80% voted for the make a sculpture. You wouldn't want to go to Loch. You guys wouldn't want to go to Loch Ness and just like dump it all in the lake as an offering to Nessie. I feel like a sculpture made out of candy, that'd be interesting. I'd go with that too. It was hilarious the answer you said to what these two characters have in common. Oh yeah, with Elmo and Cookie Monster, they both have like weird things with their voices. Is that what you're getting at, Danny, or something else? Let me know. Okay, so this was 165 was on the same day that Dale Reacts had me as a guest on his channel, and we live streamed my reactions, like our live review to the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. So I asked you guys, like, which Spider-Man would you rather have as a dinner guest? Tobey Maguire, excuse me, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland? And 70% voted for Tobey, 30% voted for Tom, and nobody voted for Andrew Garfield. Poor Andrew Garfield. I would probably pick Tom Holland because I feel like I just like him the best. I feel like because Tom Holland is just, from what I've been told, like in interviews, he's just a real dude. I hear that Tobey Maguire is kind of a jerk off screen. So I'd rather have Tom Holland as a dinner guest. I mean, with Sandy Cheeks and Sydney Vortex. Oh, wait, because you were texting me about that the other night. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So... All right, so 166. What would you rather have all year round? Pumpkin spice or gingerbread? And 75% voted for gingerbread. Oh, geez. Gotta be honest with you, non-existent viewers. I don't think I can eat the rest of this. Oh, baby. I probably will go to gingerbread because can't catch me. I'm a gingerbread man. 167. Which would you rather? What would you rather have defend? Okay, so this is what I did for Thanksgiving this past Thanksgiving, the Wednesday, like the night before it. Like, who would you rather have defend your Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow that tries to steal it? 2 Utahraptors or 200 turkeys? The turkeys want revenge by cannibalizing one of their own turkeys. Hee hee. Everyone voted for the Utahraptors. I picked that as well. Because 2 Utahraptors, oh, that'd be so great. Because I don't think turkeys, even 200 them, couldn't. I don't think we could stand a chance against all the 2 Utahraptors. All right, so this is the one I did the last like day of November, this past November. Would you for 168? Would you rather close out November tomorrow night by having a lightsaber duel with Santa Claus, or have 12 angry cowboys chase you to the nearest Walmart? And everyone voted for the lightsaber duel with Santa Claus. At least you go out fighting while the 12 angry cowboys they're chasing you to the nearest Walmart. Like, yeah, might as well, but no running, I guess. Okay, so 169. Carolyn Lawrence is the actress who voices Sandy and Sydney. She voiced Sandy first before Cindy. Oh, good to know. All right, so 169. Like, this is another like music theme poll I did about like my Spotify playlist. It's like would you rather have your winter playlist go from like December 1st to February 28th or 29th if it's a leap year, or solstice to equinox? 83% voted for December 1st to February 29th, not like the last like music theme poll that I did within the past like year, which I find interesting. I actually have 2 winter playlists. One is without Christmas music, and one is like a huge 50-50 split of both Christmas music and not Christmas music. Because every December I want to be festive and play Christmas music, but I don't want to get sick of it too quickly. So I mix it with the not Christmassy music. And during January and February, I listen to the regular winter playlist. I feel like the next, the next few of these are going to be like holiday themes. These ones I did back in December and January. What Christmas present would you rather give to the Loch Ness Monster? I decided to put this randomly insert our Lord and Savior, the Loch Ness Monster, into the Would You Rather Wednesdays. What was your favorite Jimmy Neutron episode? Probably the one where they go to Egypt and everyone thinks that Sydney is like and the mummies think that Sydney is their pharaoh. Haven't watched that show in years. Jeez. And like everyone in their history class falls asleep because the Egypt documentaries are so boring. That episode's a classic. All right, so would you rather give the Loch Ness Monster a Santa Claus hat or a pair of reindeer antlers? I think Nessie would look really cute in a Santa Claus hat. So I give her a Santa Claus hat. Like the 60% of you guys have voted on that. All right, so 171. Who would you rather protect you this Christmas while the other tries to kill you? Legolas from The Lord of the Rings or 200 Santa elves armed with coal sacks and candy canes? Everyone voted for Legolas, and I would too. Because at least he's got the bow and arrow, and like Santa elves, who knows if they actually know how to fight or not. And 172, I asked you guys like what sort of like list you'd want me to make for my top 9 week. I did this past January, and 86% of you guys voted for gaming themed top 9 videos, while 14% voted for the cartoon themed videos. Which I'm gonna do another poll like this because I want to do another top 9 week for October this year for my YouTube channel's 11th anniversary. Excuse me. Oh, it was Libby. That's right. Got my female characters mixed up. And 173. So this is the first one that I did for 2024. This is back in January. What would you rather do every single day at 5 a.m.? Wake up or go to sleep? And 73% of you guys voted for wake up instead of going to sleep. Which I concur because I already did that this morning for my job because I work AM shifts. I've been working back-to-back AM shifts this week at Dogtopia, but I like almost never stay up that late till 5 a.m. Like, no, that's stupid. In 174, this is like right before Green Day released their new album, Saviors. And I asked you guys, like, when would you want me to make my video, like, ranking all the Green Day albums from worst to best? And you guys voted for, or most of you voted for February 1st with Dookie's 30th anniversary. Even though I kind of blew that video off for 2 weeks, I did it on February 16th, which was, like, right before Billy Joe Armstrong's birthday. But no, seriously, I'm going to talk about the Green Day concert. Excuse me. I went to a much more in depth on my. I'm gonna do like I did a spring equinox schedule rambling back in March. I might do a fall equinox schedule rambling like on September 23rd. I think is the fall equinox this year, where I'm gonna do a lot more. I'm gonna talk about the Green Day concert a lot more in depth, as well as other end of summer like beginning of fall themed topics I want to get into. I'll be settled into my new place by then. All right, 175. I hope you beat Cersei. Which winter themed creature would you rather have the superpower to transform into? You know, a lot of cartoons have black characters like Libby and Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, that's especially a thing getting closer to turn of the century in the 90s and the 2000s, which I consider a good thing. Representation is very important, for minorities in movies and TV and gaming too. Would you rather have the superpower to transform into a woolly mammoth or a yeti? And 71% voted for the woolly mammoth. Yeah, I would too, because we know that mammoths actually existed. And it would probably be 5 times a yeti size. So I go with the yeti as well. And 176. This is when I started going to the gym again on a regular basis. Would you rather have 18-foot long arms or 18-foot long legs? And 91% of you guys voted for the legs. Because yeah, I'd be like stupidly tall, but I think 18-foot long legs would be a lot easier to control than 18-foot long arms. Perhaps. Because 18-foot long arms, I'd be like dragging them everywhere. It'd just be a mess. This one was interesting. It was another music themed Would You Rather Wednesday that I did back on Groundhog Day. And it's like I asked you guys, Puxatawny Phil did not see his own shadow on Groundhog Day this year, so apparently it means we're in early spring instead of 6 more weeks of winter. So would you rather like save your spring playlist like for Groundhog Day if Puxatawny Phil determines that's early spring, or March 1st till May 31st, or equinox to solstice, so like mid-March until like mid-June? And 83% voted for just like do it on Groundhog Day if the groundhog says so. Well, everyone else voted for equinox till solstice, so March 19th till June 20th. And 177 I did right before the Chinese New Year, which was like it was like 3 days before the Lunar New Year, so it was for before Year of the Dragon. So, which famous dragon from movies, TV, or video games would you rather have as a pet? So I gave 5 options this time. There's Mushu from Mulan, excuse me. Toothless, Charizard, Drogon from Game of Thrones, or Spyro. And 63% voted for Toothless, 25% voted for Drogon or Spyro, and then 13% voted for Spyro. So yeah, a pretty decent like. The episode where Jimmy, Sheen, Carl, and Hugh Neutron get chased by a bear? Yes, I remember that. And the bear, for whatever reason, is running on 2 legs. Excuse me. Oh man, I feel the soda just going through me right now. It's making me feel kind of woozy with the cereal, as well as just like total sugar rush. And like, and I think I would rather have a Mushu as a pet over the other dragons I listed because he's small, so I can just fit in my backpack. And I'm just imagining all the hilarious conversations we'd have on a daily basis. And he's voiced by Eddie Murphy. What more do you need? All right, so 178. This was on Valentine's Day this past February. What would you rather happen on your hot date this Valentine's Day? Your partner spontaneously turns into Bigfoot, or you start uncontrollably summoning frogs out of your hands? Here's the thing. I think we both would probably break up afterward either way, so this would suck. But 83% voted for uncontrollably summoning frogs out of your hands. Because I feel like that would just... Because if she turns into Bigfoot, she'll get enraged and just destroy the restaurant. But if I'm summoning frogs over, it's like, hey, frogs are kind of cute. And for all I know, they might turn to a prince. And this 179 was on the 19th anniversary of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I made it Airbender themed. Would you rather have Sokka as your brother or Katara as your sister? Oh, Migration is Hugh Neutron's new favorite movie because it has ducks. That's right. Oh, that would be interesting if Jimmy Neutron never got canceled and just carried on. And if Illumination partnered with Nickelodeon to make like a tie-in because of how Hugh is obsessed with ducks. 83% voted for having Sokka as your brother, which that'd be interesting because if Katara is my younger sister, I mean she'd probably just like use her water bending on me if I'd make her angry because I already have an actual sister. That's tough. Meanwhile, I've never had a brother, so I guess this would be a better question for Auntie, like my actual sister, than me, like what her true sense. I think she'd probably pick Katara, though, so I'll probably go with Katara as well. And 180, I asked you guys how often you want me to do the Skezo ramblings, because I did one back on Leap Day, February 29th. It's like how often you guys want me to do these. You guys all like voted for once a month instead of twice a month or every 2 to 3 months. I'm gonna keep it to that. like I said, next the next schedule rambling is gonna be on the fall equinox this year instead of September 1st. So that's like mid September. All right, so 181. Also, I've had a bad habit of forgetting to do Would You Rather Wednesdays this year, unfortunately. I've had a tendency to do that, so I'm gonna be a lot stricter on myself for like scheduling multiple Would You Rather Wednesdays uh, in advance. Would you want to have Hugh Neutron as your dad? Probably not, because from what I remember from that show, he's probably not that intelligent. And like, would you rather have a life supply of chicken noodle soup or grilled chicken sandwiches? This is probably the grilled chicken sandwiches. I feel like chicken noodle soup. I love both very much, but the soup is a little too like it's too high in sodium. I feel like grilled chicken sandwiches it's a lot more balanced in its nutrients, so I'm going with that. And 182 was on March 20th, which is what would have been Chester Bennington's 48th birthday. Which Linkin Park's lead singer, may he rest in peace. And I asked like, which Linkin Park album would you rather have on repeat all day? And I listed off Hybrid Theory, Meteoria, Minutes to Midnight, A Thousand Suns, or One More Light. Like I was going from like oldest to like newest. And 50% voted for Hybrid Theory, and the other 50% voted for Minutes of Midnight. I would probably go with Hybrid Theory because I feel like it's just the most iconic. Again, I would love to see a Linkin Park reunion one day, but I doubt it's going to happen. 183. What would you rather do while visiting Paris? This was back in March. My mom and I went to Paris. 80% voted for parachute off the Eiffel Tower instead of ride a scooter through the Louvre. Parachuting off the Eiffel Tower, that would be sick. So I'm going with that. My mom and I did try going to the Louvre when we were there, but the line was way too crowded. And it'd be closed by the time we'd get in, so we just went with parachuting. Would you want Goddard or hold up? Excuse me. Sorry, hold on. Or Gary. I'd go with Goddard as my pet instead of Gary because Gary's a snail, right? He needs to be underwater at all times. While Goddard's not that picky with where he is. And 184. This is the day after my sister's birthday. What would you rather get my sister as a belated birthday present? 18 purple flying monkeys or 500 baby chickens? And everyone voted for 18 purple flying monkeys. I hope you like your birthday present, Auntie. So, would you rather Wednesday 185 was would you rather live in a world where everyone has a pair of pants for hair or lots of hair for pants? 75% voted for a pair of pants for hair because I don't know. I've had this recurring fantasy over years. What if we lived in it like what if I wrote like a short story or like a novel or something like that where like everyone has like a pair of pants stuck in their head one day? And it's like the hair on my head has been replaced with a pair of pants. That'd be hilarious. So I'm going with a pair of pants for hair. 186 was would you rather the time be later and you see your gator or be a while and you see your crocodile? 100% voted for later and you see your gator. Which I concur. I'd rather the time be later and I see my gator. Which, hey, for whoever just joined the stream, I don't think I could finish this. I already had the bowl of the sodas and the cereals that I feel really just, what have I done? I've made a mistake. Just one more spoonful. I can do this. Oh boy. But I'd rather time you later and I see my gator. Now this one, 187, this is the highest number of votes I think I've ever gotten during one of these polls. 34 votes. Which, considering that, I don't, my videos don't get that many views, that's huge to me. So thank you guys so much for this. What movie would you be stuck in with this particular person? A horror movie with your best friend or a romantic comedy with your worst enemy? And 94% voted for a horror movie with their best friend. Which I that's understandable. Because I mean you two could probably survive it together if you work together. Oh, that's right. It's Stephen Hillenburg's 63rd birthday today. Rest in peace, legend. What do you think he would think of the show's 25th anniversary? He'd probably be really pissed at Nickelodeon for all the spin-off shows like Camp Coral and The Patrick Show because he never wanted spin-offs. I'd love to see him have a because with I know that Tom Kenny briefly voiced a character in Primal on Adult Swim with the caveman and the T-Rex, like go on adventures together. There is an episode with an ape man that Tom Kenny voices. I'd love to see like Steven Hilberg say, "Hey, I'm proud of you that you keep like taking like roles in various types of cartoons, including like more mature cartoons for adults like Primal." I love to see Steven Hillenburg do that. All right, this is the last of the music themed Would You Rather Wednesday polls I've done. I asked you guys like, when would you rather save like play your summer playlist? Because I like to consider May a summer month, and you guys unanimously voted for play it from May 1st till August 31st instead of like summer solstice to fall equinox or June 1st to August 31st. I feel like most people like to consider the start of summer like Memorial Day, like Memorial Day to Labor Day, so to speak. So I gave that as one of the options, but nope, everyone May 1st to August 31st. What about how SpongeBob is getting another theatrical film next year? Yeah, no, honestly, that would be interesting seeing him like give his opinions on that. Because did I forget when did Sponge on the? I still haven't watched Sponge on the Run. Like surprisingly, I haven't really made the initiative to do so. It didn't come out after he passed away, did it? I think it came out like in 2020 or something like that. My brain is too foggy to think. 189. Would you rather see retail and service staff be replaced by robots or 18 purple flying monkeys? Like, I'm gonna make the 18 purple flying monkeys a running gag in these Would You Rather Wednesday polls. Uh, Sponge Run came out in 2020. Yeah, I still haven't seen it. Everyone voted for robots, which yeah, that makes sense. At least robots could hypothetically talk if technology gets more advanced. All right, coming down the home stretch here, 190. Would you rather throw a wild outside dance party in the pouring rain on a hot summer day or in slight flurries of snow on a winter day? 86% voted for the pouring rain on a hot summer day. I would too. That'd be fun. Just playing in the rain. I mean, there's like slight flurries of snow on a winter day would be nice too, but you gotta bundle up for that. And so the next one is what sea creature would you rather see exist? A literal sea lion, like a lion with some aquatic adaptations, or a shark tiger, like a tiger with fins and other shark features. Everyone voted for a literal sea lion. I think both creatures would be super cool. But again, I'm kind of more of a tiger person than a lion person, so I'm going with the shark tiger. And 191, would you rather command a team of 12 mongoose cowboys on ostriches or 4 dingo cowboys on emus? And 88% voted for the 12 mongoose cowboys on ostriches. I go with that because strength in numbers of the 12 mongoose cowboys instead of the 4 dingo cowboys, and ostriches are also bigger and probably scarier than emus. So I'm going with that as well. Oh, the original writers from the first 3 seasons are trying to write the upcoming 4th SpongeBob film. Okay, I'm more excited for it now. And this is 119 I did back in June. I believe it's like, would you rather spend your whole June stuck on a boat full of sea lions or a log cabin full of deer? The boat full of sea lions, I go with that. I got the idea for that when Gotti and I were in San Francisco because like Pier 39 is full of sea lions, kind of like how Muir Woods, which we visited, has had like a lot of deer running around in it. And sea lions are cool. Ugh. Excuse me. Oh goodness, I can't eat this monstrosity I've made. And so, would you rather Wednesday 193? This is the one that I did to get ready for Inside Out 2, right? Which emotion would you rather eliminate from your life? Joy, anger, fear, sadness, or disgust? 20% voted for anger, 40% voted for fear, and 40% voted for disgust. No one voted for joy or sadness. Personally, because we all need our emotions, including our negative ones, so to speak. Like we need anger and fear and sadness. And I feel like I would probably get rid of disgust though, because never being disgusted by things might be, I guess, the most strength out of all of them. Yeah, it's been officially 12 years since Gotti moved. That's right. And he's coming back next year to California. Very excited for that. I'm excited for him. I made a few videos when I went to San Francisco with my friend Gotti. If you guys want to check those out, just scroll through my videos, like on my page. All right, so 184. And like I said, I've had a bad habit of forgetting because Juneteenth was on a Wednesday this year, but I forgot to do so. I feel really stupid for that. Would you rather send me to a rocket ship to outer space or a crazy train to an elephant graveyard? So going off the rails on a crazy train to where like Shenzi Banzai and Ed live. But no, everyone voted for the rocket ship to outer space, which I would really like to see outer space. I'm going with that as well. All right, so this one, okay, I really just typed away on this, like apologizing to you guys for forgetting to do the Would You Rather Wednesday polls. And so like let's say you have like a metal band of like talking like North American animals, right? So you have like a saber-toothed cat like playing guitar. It's like, who would you rather have lead clean vocals while the other is metal screaming and growling the backing vocals? And 83% voted for the badger. Like, you know, so the badger be singing clean vocals while the coyote be metal screaming like this. Which, yeah, I could see that. I was kind of picturing the badger being the more metal screamers. I feel like badgers are just a little more hardcore than coyotes. But the two species do actually work together to hunt rodents. Like the badger does all the digging and lures and like, you know, pushes rodents out of the burrow while a coyote waits to snatch them up. And they both benefit. They both eat the same number of like rodents. And okay, Danny asked another question. Hold up. Would you rather have Carl or Sheen as your best friend? Well, probably Carl because there's a lot more memes surrounding Carl than Sheen. I love both. I remember loving both characters as a kid, but Sheen's reputation got totally ruined with the whole Planet Sheen, the whole spinoff show that was just trashed by so many people. Carl never got that same treatment, and he did, so I'd probably go with Carl. Also, this is the next like Sesame Street theme board like poll that I did for 196. Would you rather like have the voice of Big Bird, Grover, Zoe, or Rosita? It's funny. Nobody voted for Zoe. Nobody wanted to be the super annoying Muppet with a pet rock. It's like that episode with Rocco, the pet rock. It's like Elmo looks, he's like, Rocco's not your wife. She's like Rocco, she's a rock. But 7% voted for Rosita, 27% voted for Grover, 67% voted for Big Bird. And I probably picked Big Bird's voice too because Big Bird has the most notably normal voice out of all Sesame Street characters. Grover's it's like this, and like Rosita is like, you know, you got to insert like Spanish words in all your sentences. So I probably go with Big Bird as well. And I also asked you guys when you want me to do the Schizo Rambling for August, like the 1st or the 6th. And you guys voted for August 1st. So, like I said, I'll be saving the Green Day concert discussion for the September Schizo Rambling in like a month from now. Yeah. And so 198 was on the last day of July this year. Would you rather celebrate the end of the summer by throwing a wild dance party with a Christmas in July theme or a Halloween in July theme?
Well, we are closer to Halloween than we are to Christmas. Like 75% voted for Christmas in July because we're not as we're further away from Christmas. So I feel like Halloween in July just feels like a little like, hey, we still only got like 3 months to go versus 5 months. Planet Sheen only had one season of Nickelodeon, didn't have proper ending where Sheen, and it didn't have a proper ending where Sheen comes back to Earth. Yeah, I remember liking the first like half that show when I was out in middle school, but I kind of just gave up on it. Okay, so 199. So would you? This is okay. So we got 2 more to go, guys. Would you rather have a magic credit card you can buy you ticket like infinite tickets for rock concerts or sports games or like zoos, aquariums, and museums? 80% voted for rock concerts, and 20% of you guys voted for sports games. Like I would go to rock concerts as well because I never watch sports like at all. And even though I don't, like, I only go to rock concerts like once a year or maybe twice a year. Even that's kind of pushing it. I would probably go with rock concerts because I feel like they're a lot more expensive than like zoos and aquariums or museums. And last but definitely not least, the 2 that I asked you guys about, like, last week for this lovely food themed experiment that I did. Oh boy. Remember there was this alien character that looked like Carl? Oh yeah, Dobby. Or Doppy. I remember him. And Nesmith, the super smart chimp. I think that's why people hated Planet Sheen so much, is that it was way too derivative of like other Jimmy Neutron characters. And the writers was being way too lazy. Like Dobby was like Carl, Nesmith was like Jimmy. I guess Dorcas, like the main antagonist, was kind of like Cindy because Cindy's kind of mean to Jimmy in the original show, kind of like how Dorcas just wants Sheen dead the entire spinoff show. And I guess that one alien chick that that rides the giant monster, whatever her name is supposed to be like Libby. Sheen and Libby is a good ship. I would feel that. All right. Well, 75% of you guys voted for root beer, with the other 2, like 26% is going to like Mountain Dew and Starry. And you guys unanimously voted for Lucky Charms, and like I really wasn't sure like what I should have done for the food themed video this year. Oh, it's Sifa was the Avatar like character in Planet Sheen. Oh yeah, she does kind of look like a Navi. Now you mention it. All right, well, this is gone on for like 2 hours already. It's getting kind of late, so I think I'm gonna end the stream right here. Guys, okay, I'm gonna finish the marshmallow bits in this Lucky Charms concoction I've made. There are a few marshmallows left. All right. All right. That's it for the marshmallows. I gotta pitch the rest of this. Oh boy. But I'll keep the sodas and the Lucky Charms and the Cheerios, of course. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said, I'm gonna I've been really excited and nervous for the rest of this year. It's been a whole cocktail of feelings for me lately. When Dobby was first introduced in that one episode and it showed that flashback with Sheen and Carl, and Sheen was like, nope, doesn't ring a bell. See, it's like the writers in that show were like acknowledging that what they were doing was stupid. Like that thing that some writers will do when like the characters acknowledge that, hey, what's going on? Like it's trying to be self-aware. Which I remember thinking that was funny in middle school. Like Sheen has a memory of like throwing Carl into the plane and Carl gets hit by a plane. He's like, I'm okay. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much to everyone who, popped in and out of the stream. I'm going to drink a gallon of water and go to bed. Hey, that seems funny. Yes, it was, Danny. I'll see you later, dude. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay beastly. Take care.